Welcome back to Go Gaddis Real Estate Radio right here on AM 920 The Answer. I'm Cleve Gaddis. We're here to make real estate simple and worry-free and clear. And if you want to connect with us, go to gogaddisradio.com. It is real simple. I'm joined in the studio today by Kristy Vallee, who is now the team leader of Modern Traditions Realty Group. And if you missed the last segment of the show, we're in the process of making a transition.
Yes.
4 years ago, 5 years ago, I decided that I wanted to. I'll be 60 years old in 3 years. That doesn't sound very old, but I'll be 60 years old. And I didn't want to work as hard as I had been working for years and years. And so I wanted to bring somebody into the business that could ultimately buy the business and really, even most importantly, carry on the legacy, because between the two of us, our families go back to like 1987. I think your dad might have been 88 or maybe a year before. I don't remember.
Something like that.
Yeah, but your dad and my mom were both in real estate. This is a family tradition. Like, this is what we do.
Right.
And so I want to entrust the team in your hands because they're very competent hands. And they're, as I mentioned in the last segment, I mean, they're hands that want to do the right thing regardless of whether or not it is the hardest thing to do. And I think that is something that is unusual. But what I'd like to talk about for a minute is my role over the next 3 years. You've talked about it just a little bit, but what are some of the things? I'm not going anywhere. Not second guessing what we've got going on. I love what's going to happen, all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, what am I going to be doing for the team?
What are you going to be doing?
Yep.
So because you have been in real estate for so long, you have all these relationships across Atlanta.
Right.
And they still depend on you for your real estate advice, your information. You know, we just had somebody call this week.
Yes.
And
who was a radio show listener.
Yes.
Yes.
So, and I guess you had met with them and gave them some tips and
Yep.
tricks and
Yep.
things they needed to do.
Yep.
And they wanted to continue getting your opinion about, hey, did we do this right? Or
Yep.
does this sound like we're on the right path? And so I think staying in touch with the clients is one of the priorities, right?
Mm-hmm.
The second thing is the team really relies on a lot of your advice and coaching. Just like you said before, you do think about things differently. I'm very black and white. What's on paper, this is the rule. We're going to follow the rule. And so sometimes...
And I'm like, let's move over, get over. It's a little bit gray, but it's going to be okay. We're not going to do anything dishonest. And we never do anything dishonest.
No.
Yep.
And so sometimes the agents will want a different perspective of like, hey, I'm negotiating this contract. These are the pitfalls I'm looking at, or these are the challenges I'm working on. And you sometimes bring a different solution to the table that they can offer. So continuing to provide them that advice and just, being the coach part of who you are. Like, that's a big part of what you do is coaching for other real estate agents.
That's right.
So we have had the benefit of having that, on our team and not necessarily had to go find another coach.
Right.
So continue to have access to all your knowledge is going to be key.
Yep. And that's what I want to do. So if somebody wants to work with me in selling a house, they can still do it.
Yes.
Somebody wants me to negotiate for them, I can still do it. One of the things that I think I like more than anything is being kind of an artist with words. Because the order in which we put words and the emotion that goes with the words, very, very important in negotiating real estate deals.
I agree.
And especially when you consider, and this is going to sound terrible, and if you're listening and you're a fellow real estate agent, please don't send me hate email. I get this sometimes. I'm not trying to say every real estate agent out there is bad, but I will tell you that like 70-something% of real estate agents didn't sell anything in the last year. And when you deal with someone who doesn't have much experience, the words you use can really, really be beneficial to your clients, meaning I think clients can put a lot more money in their pockets and negotiate a much favorable deal if you know the right words to use and you know how to phrase it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Such an interesting thing, So, team members, is anything going to change for them?
No.
Nope. Clients, anything going to change for them?
Nope.
So if a team member has a question, they can call me on my cell phone.
Absolutely.
And I'll answer the question. Of course, I'll answer. What about referral partners? What about people who've sent us business over the years? Will their clients get any different service?
No, not at all. Everything is all the structure of the business and everything that we've built together is pretty much staying the same.
Yep.
We're not losing anything as far as like our name, Modern Traditions. We worked really hard coming up with what name was going to fit us as a business.
And who do we have to thank for that one?
Tammy Slay.
She
Thank
did
you.
it. Isn't that awesome? I love that. She was
Yeah.
so proud when she came up with it. And Modern Traditions is perfect for our situation.
Yes, because we were backed by tradition. We've been in this business. We were grew up watching our parents in the business.
Yep.
And so it was us saying, okay, how can we make this a little more tech driven, more modern, but still hold to our traditions and values.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Interestingly, you and I were having some discussions about how things would transition, and I probably had a little bit more sensitivity to how the business would function without me, just meaning from my perspective. And I realized in that discussion that you probably have that same concern, but you took the attitude of, if I got to deal with it, I might as well learn how to deal with it now instead of waiting 2 or 3 years to learn how to deal with it. And I think that just speaks volumes about the way you look at the business. And I think that's so cool. You're like, you know what? We got to do it. Let's get at it. Let's get after it.
Yeah. Why delay going through a learning process,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because that's how I'm looking at it. You know, there's some new things to learn.
100%.
But I'm not one to delay it.
Yeah.
I just want to get in there, get it figured out, take care of what needs to get taken care of, and make sure the clients and agents are taken care of at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And that's the priority.
And so I would say, and you might not believe this, but I would say that, you know, that's a small percentage of the population actually looks at it that way. I think the rest of them would just keep kicking the can down the road and hoping that everything would be fine. I'm probably generalizing. I'm probably being punitive, but I think that's the way most people look at things.
Well, I think when you are uncomfortable with something,
Yeah.
it's very easy to procrastinate it or overthink about it.
Right.
Or take a long time to process through it.
Right.
But honestly, if you're just honest, we talked about my transparency this whole segment pretty much. If you're just honest and you're doing the right thing and everybody's on the same page, you just got to move forward and, you know, get to a place where everything is running and running smoothly.
Got to rock and roll.
Right.
So do you have a couple changes that you look forward to maybe building or refining or doing something different? I bet you do.
So we are looking at some different technologies, right? Some
Okay.
new technologies. So
Okay.
that's in the process. And then we would like to start really focusing on helping homeowners who maybe tried to sell their house before,
Yeah.
but they're having a hard time getting it sold now.
Oh, meaning like they listed it and maybe it expired without
Right.
even getting an offer or something.
It expired, or
Yeah.
maybe they took it off the market
Because they got frustrated.
discouraged.
Yep. Okay.
And so our Claw program is
Yep.
a listing, you know, sheet where we can go in and say, okay, these are the top areas where we feel like we may need to make some changes to
Yep.
help you get your home sold. It could be price. It could be a price adjustment that's needed. But a lot
But
of
not
times,
always.
No, a
Not
lot
always.
of times it could be the countertops.
Yeah.
$3,000 new countertops.
Or
and
the
all
cabinets.
Of a sudden you've got buyers interested. So it can be very simple things
Yep.
that can cause your house to be available to buyers that wouldn't have normally checked it out.
Love that. And so you said CLAW, that stands for Comprehensive Listing Audit Worksheet, and it is the coolest thing. So if you're listening and you're thinking my listing's sold and I want to know how to get my dang listing sold, go to gogaddisradio.com, put in a little information. I'll make sure it gets right to Kristy, or I'll take care of it myself. And we can analyze your homes. 25 questions. It's very specific. And when we answer all those questions, it tells us exactly the exact reason that it didn't sell and, excuse me, what we need to do in order to get it sold.
Right.
And would you do that?
Exactly.
Would you walk somebody through that for free?
Absolutely. Like no obligation.
No cost. So even if you went and talked to them and they decided they wanted to list with someone else, they still get all the information.
They do.
Now you hope they'd list with you,
I
which
would
would be
hope so.
it'd be fun, but they would get all the information. And I think that is so cool. So the rehab and refresh program that we've done forever and ever, that gonna stay in place?
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
That's one of the things that our clients really love because you're already moving and you already have expenses with moving. But
and you're overwhelmed. And you're overwhelmed by all the stuff that needs to be done.
And so having to figure out, okay, what color do I paint this room? Neutral. What's a neutral color?
Right.
You don't have to think about it. We will help you figure it out.
Right.
Or, what upgrades will bring the most money when I go to list it.
Yes. And Kelly Morrison is a genius when it comes to that kind of stuff. In fact, I went through a home with her not too long ago, and after her disagreeing with me about my first 2 or 3 suggestions, I decided I'd keep my mouth shut because she's so much more current on the colors and what people are doing, and it's going less from the grayish that used to be more to a more pure white, slightly off-white, and there's all kinds of little things that change. So if somebody is thinking about selling their home and they don't believe they have the money to get the home in the right condition to fetch the highest sales price, they could take advantage of rehab and refresh program if their home qualifies, meaning if they just have enough equity, they could get up to $15,000 from Modern Traditions Realty Group to actually make repairs to their house and then sell their home.
Right.
Which is freaking amazing when you think about it. How many home sellers do you think we've helped with that? I would say over the years, we've probably helped 200. Easily. Not our years, but just the 3 years.
Your years.
Yes, altogether, maybe 200, 300. People where we've gone in, we've given them a list of things that need to be done. We've actually hired the contractors, gotten it done, guaranteed that they be satisfied. If they don't like the work, we get the contractors to fix it, and then we've sold their homes. And I think when I say for every dollar that's been spent on those, we've gotten $2 or $3 back in sales price, I don't think I'm exaggerating, because I think in some cases we spend $8,000 and sell the house for $30,000 more.
Well, and something I think about with that program, something that really makes the difference is the shortened time on market. And so people don't think that's saving them money, but that's mortgage payments they're not having to make.
Saving a lot of money.
Months and months. So, the value of someone helping you sell your house within a reasonable time that you're expecting to sell it in, and not having to stay on the market for months and months and months, is huge. And it's hard to put a dollar to that, you know.
It's really true. It's impossible to do that. So if you want to know more, go to gogaddisradio.com, click on contact us, say, hey, tell me about the rehab and refresh program, or just say, call me and do whatever you want to, and we'll reach out to you and we will take good care of you. Kristy, I really appreciate you being with us today. A very, very special show. We're passing the torch. But I'm still on the team, and I'm still running along beside you and helping you carry the torch, and it's very, very important to me. And I almost look at my role as going from a business partner to hopefully being a mentor for you and possibly an advisor for you, and certainly, most certainly, I want to be the carrier of the culture and keep things moving in the right direction. I can't tell you how much I'm looking forward to the next 3.5 years.
Well, thank you, Cleve. I appreciate that.
Thanks for being with us, everyone. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, let's see what we've got here for you at the beginning of the next segment. Oh, in our neighborhood spotlight, we've got Glen Abbey in Alpharetta will be featured, and we're a small city and big careers. Alpharetta, believe it or not, ranks #1 when technology is reshaping real estate. We'll talk about those things and more when we come back.